Tonight, the heavy hitters take to the stage and the bright lights will shine on the semifinals of the 2021 FHSAA Boys Basketball Playoffs. We'll see Division I college commits, skill for three-point shooters, and paint-pounding setters and forwards as the action gets underway live from Atlantic High School in Port Orange, Florida, between the number 1 seed Astronaut War Eagles and the number 4 seed Atlantic Sharks. Hello and a very warm welcome to tonight's broadcast of the FHSAA 4A District 9 Boys Basketball Tournament on MJT Sports Productions. My name is Michael Truvillo. Thank you so much for joining me on a Wednesday night doubleheader live from courtside here at the Shark Tank. The Atlantic Sharks defeated the Titusville Terriers 56-48 to improve to 9-9 on the season and advance to the district semifinals for the first time since 2019. Sophomore Cameron Reynolds led the way for the Sharks last night with 17 points. Senior A.J. Rivera added 14 points, including going 8 for 8 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter. And junior forward Trace Sharpton had 11 points. For the first time in a long while, Atlanta jumped out to an early lead and managed to hold on in the second half. I spoke to Atlantic head coach Derek Williams about last night's performance and the challenge of taking challenge of taking on a top-notch team like Astronaut. I'm here with Coach Derek Williams before the Sharks take on the Astronaut War Eagles in the semifinals of the 4A District 9 basketball tournament here at Atlantic High School. Coach, yesterday you preached finish the game, and your team got it done with a big win over Titusville. So walk us through yesterday's game.
My thing yesterday is just finally it got through to our guys that, you know, we need to elongate that lead that we get at a half, and we just got to finish possessions with defensive stops. And we did that last night when the time was needed, and that's why we were ready to get over the top.
Tough front court coming in tonight. Two of the best forwards in the state of Florida coming at you in Kyle Smith and Jace Carter. How are you going to deal with their big men up front?
We've been playing, everyone we played this year has been bigger than us. So I think we're ready for the task. We just have to keep them off the glass. At the end of the day, you know, we got to stay between them and the basket. If we do that, we've done our job.
This game is also big because a victory could potentially send you to the state tournament. And Sharks haven't been there in a couple of years. What would it mean to the team to get back there?
I think it'll mean a lot to us. At the end of the day, you know, we're just trying to get better. We're a young program. We returned 10 out of the 13 players. And right now, if we can get over this hump right here, it means a lot moving forward for the program.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Atlantic High School, home of your Atlantic Sharks.
You don't even have to call our sideline up out.
Today's game, the top seed Astronaut War Eagles are in camp. Hosting by your 4 seed Atlantic Sharks. Players for Astronaut. Number 2, Joshua Ruiz. Number 4, Victoria Waddell. Number 5, Anthony Sanders. Number 11, Ramir Miller. number 55, Tyler Mullins. And your starting lineup, number 0 at guard, senior, Chase Carter. Number 3 at guard, sophomore, Tyrese Bell. Number 10 at guard, junior, Victor Zaynor. Number 24 at forward, senior, Cody Garcia. And number 31 at forward, senior, Kyle Smith. And your Atlantic Sharks, Josh Burke, Anthony Bellato, Dahani McDaniels, Draken Brown, Josh Killingsworth, Rashad Small, Giovanni Spada, and Omar Fatah. Your starters, Corey McDonald, Cameron Reynolds, AJ Rivera, Emmanuel Preston, and Trey Sharpton. Let's get it on the shirt tape!
Let's get it on indeed. We are just about set to go here. I'll run through the starters for you one more time. For Astronaut, Jace Carter, Victor Zador, Cody Garcia, and Kyle Smith. For Atlantic, same as last night, Corey McDonald, AJ Rivera, Emmanuel Preston, Trey Sharpton, and Cameron Reynolds. We are ready to go. The ball is in the air. Let's play basketball. Atlantic wins the tip. They wear their road black jerseys. They go from right to left, trimmed in teal and white. Controlling the ball is Cameron Reynolds. He's out high. AJ Rivera takes the ball from him, drives, kicks it to the right-hand corner. McDonald drives, kicks it under the basket. Preston, his layup no good. Grabbed by Kyle Smith. And away comes Astronaut wearing the home white as they are the higher seed. A burgundy wing pattern on the shorts, gold numbers, burgundy trim. Out high, here's Jace Carter. Kyle Smith stands between the circles and hands it back to Carter. Left side, Tyrese Bell hands it back to Smith. Smith tries a three, too short, boxing out and grabbing the rebound, and a foul is going to be called underneath. And they're going to get...
Hey, 51!
They're going to get Garcia for his first. Still no score, minute gone by. Two-man press, and then Astronaut backs off. Into the front court, through a double team to Ajani Rivera, and then back to the top for Trey Sharpton. Sharpton, corner, Rivera, tries a three. It's good! Rivera puts the Sharks on top 3-0 with a left-hand corner three. Here come the War Eagles into the front court. Controlling is Tyrese Bell up at the Atlantic logo. Right wing. Here's Cody Garcia, then back up top, cycles around left side to Victor Zador. Zador between the circles, Garcia, and now Jace Carter. Carter pulls up from three, missed it left, and grabbing the rebound is Corey McDonald for Atlantic, but it falls right back into the hands of Tyrese Bell for the War Eagles. Bell against Rivera, rolls to his right, plays it baseline Carter. Carter kicks it left and throws it over the head of Victor Zador, whose brother Victoria Zador played here last week in the girls tournament, but not for us, Astronaut, for Coco, and helped Coco claim the district girls title. Of course, you'll see the girls team, the boys team from Coco in action later tonight in the second game of our doubleheader. Here's Corey McDonald controlling left-hand corner, back to the top, throws it away. Running the floor with the basketball, laying it up and in is Victor Zador. And it's 3-2 Sharks, 5:43 to go in the first quarter. Ajani Rivera flings it to the front court, all the way underneath the basket to Preston. Nice long pass by Rivera to find Preston, who was all alone under the basket. 5-2 Sharks. Here into the front court comes Kyle Smith, hands it left side to Tyrese Bell. Bell now to Carter, baseline left, back to Smith. Smith to the top, and then cycled around right-hand corner for Carter. Carter moves to the top against Preston, gets a screen, drives the lane, kick out Smith. His three-pointer from well back of the arc, splash for Kyle Smith. Smith is their top three-point shooter, 31%. Has offers to play Division III basketball from LaGrange College, Penn State Fayette, and Dean College. 5-5 the score, 4:51 to go. Atlantic on offense. Kick out Trey Sharpton. Sharpton gets his defender in the air, shovels it under the basket intended for Preston, and it's knocked out of bounds by Jace Carter, and it will be Sharks ball. They'll inbound under the basket that they attack till the center's left. 4:45 to go in an opening first quarter. Catch and shoot three from the left-hand corner. It's good for Cameron Reynolds. They're going to call it a long 2, so it's only 7-5. Into the front court, here is Tyrese Bell. High wing left side, gets it back from Smith. And now plays to Victor Zador. Up top, Carter. Carter drives the lane. Pull-up jumper from 15 foot, too short, but the offensive rebound goes to the War Eagles. Kick out left-hand three, yes! Tyrese Bell on the scoreboard, and it's a 1-point lead for the War Eagles, 8-7. Sharpton top of the key for the Sharks. He drives, kicks it to McDonald. His right-hand corner three, in and out. Trey Sharpton battles for the rebound and taps it back to Rivera. Rivera resets back to McDonald at the top, gets his opponent in the air, drives baseline, kicks it out all the way to the left-hand corner. Reynolds hands to Sharpton.
One move and go, Trace. Away, man, you won't.
Sharpton drives the lane, gets past the double team, throws up a hook shot, no good. Preston fights for the rebound, but it's into the hands of Kyle Smith. War Eagles with the lead in the basketball, 8-7. Jace Carter into the front court. Left-hand drive for Cody Garcia. Hands it off, still left-hand corner, Zador. Zador walks back to the top with it, plays it to Tyrese Bell, and then gets it back. Zador into the low post for Smith. Back to Zador. Underneath Garcia. Garcia backs up to the free throw line and then hands it all the way back out high to Tyrese Bell. Kyle Smith pulls up, left-hand corner three, no good, and the ball bounces into the Sharks bench. It'll be Atlantic basketball. Only one real error in this game from Atlantic, and it was the turnover into the hands of Zador, who had the easy layup, and that is why it's 8-7. War Eagles over Atlantic. Here is Sharpton, bounce pass left-hand side. Garcia tries a wing three, it's too strong. Kyle Smith boxes out for the rebound and hands to Jace Carter. He throws it ahead to Tyrese Bell. Bell in the left-hand corner. Now we'll slow the pace down, hand it back to Carter. Jace Carter drives the lane, Euro step, right-hand floater in the lane, no good. Putback is up and good by Carter as he followed his own miss. And a timeout is going to be called by Derek Williams of Atlantic. That's Jace Carter for you. He is committed to play for the University of Illinois at Chicago, of the Horizon League, a 3-star prospect. As the official healthcare champion of Volusia County Schools, Advent Health is committed to providing championship caliber care. With 4 hospitals, 4 urgent care centers, and 6 sports medicine and rehab locations across Volusia County, Advent Health is here to keep your student athlete off the sidelines and get them back in the game. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. 10-7 the lead for the Astronaut War Eagles over Atlantic. 2:40 to go first quarter, relatively low scoring opening quarter of play. And I'm going to get a chance to get you a little bit more of what I had written for pregame about the War Eagles, because the PA announcer started a little bit early here. And fortunately the players are back on the floor. I'll get you that at the next stoppage. It'll be Sharks basketball. Once again, they wear the road black and teal. Teal numbers, white trim, white shoulders, because they are the road team, lower seed in their own building. Here's Cameron Reynolds at the top. Reynolds moves to his left, kicks left-hand corner Rivera. Rivera doesn't take the three and walks back to the wing and then hands it to McDonald up top. McDonald, kick out, Sharpton, right-hand corner. Back to McDonald. McDonald all the way out to Rivera, who stands at the top. Rivera drives, gets stopped in the lane, has to get the ball away. He does, straight on three from Reynolds. It's good! That's Cameron Reynolds. He was huge last night. He averages 11.1 points per game and led all scorers in the game. Yesterday was 17. Jace Carter now controls for the War Eagles. Hands it right-hand corner to Tyrese Bell in front of the Atlantic bench. Bell lobs it up for Carter, who tries to jam it home, but there's going to be a foul as he couldn't get the dunk to go. That was a bit audacious. They're going to get Cameron Reynolds for his first foul. Very low fouls in this game. 1:37 to go first quarter, only a foul apiece. And to the line for 2 goes Jace Carter. First trip to the free throw line for either team tonight. And Carter's first one is short, and I would not be surprised if we see a big-time dunk from somebody on this Astronaut roster before the game is over. They got some tall boys there. Carter 6'5", Sanders 6'5", Smith 6'5", as it is up and in on the second one, 1 of 2, 11-10, the lead for the War Eagles. Reynolds into the front court, hands to McDonald. Back up top, Trace Sharpton. Thought about a three, he does take it. It is too short, and the rebound is grabbed by Jace Carter. Carter throws it into the front court in front of the scorer's table. Here's Josh Ruiz, who just checked in. Ruiz barges his way under the basket, tries to lay it off underneath, and it goes out of bounds over the baseline. Atlantic basketball. So the War Eagles have a 21-3 record this season. They're ranked in the top 10 of the Florida Class 4A rankings by both FHSAA and Max Preps, with 4 players either committed or offered to play at the college level. Here's Cameron Reynolds for the Sharks. Pull up 15-footer, no good, but he got tapped on the arm, so he'll go to the line. We're waiting to see who the foul is on. The referee jogs over. It's going to be on Ruiz, his first. And so Cameron Reynolds is at the free throw line. Only got to the line 3 times, one of them being an and one in the contest yesterday. His first one hangs on the rim and then drops in. And he went 2 for 5 from the free throw line. So not the most stellar day from the penalty stripe for Reynolds. Second, up and swish. So hits them both. 12-11 lead for the Atlantic Sharks. Here's Jace Carter running against Emmanuel Preston. Steps up at the half-court line and will run the offense. Into the left-hand corner, Ruiz. Then Carter gets it back out high left. Carter gets a screen, goes inside, spins in the lane. His floater is no good, and it's going to be a foul that's going to be called on the rebound. It's going to go against Astronauts. And it's going to go against Jace Carter, his first.
Foul on Jace Carter, his first. Team's third. Atlantic ball.
And into the ball game for the first time here is Jacroy Waddell. The 5'11 forward comes into the game for the first time for the War Eagles. Waddell, a junior, averaging 2.8 rebounds a game and only a point and a half. Atlantic with a 12-11 lead in the basketball. Here's A.J. Rivera. He stands with his heels on the midcourt line and works against Joshua Ruiz. Plays it flat to Reynolds. Reynolds back to Rivera. 43 seconds, left to go in the first half. Sharks probably look at it for the final shot, and Rivera's going to get a 5 seconds called on him as he didn't move. So with 36 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's going to be Astronaut with a chance to hold for the final shot. As Astronauts head coach Kyle Gilreath gets animated on their sideline. Jace Carter guarded by Rivera. Right wing side, here's Ruiz. Ruiz walks back to the top with it, hands it left-hand corner, Carter, baseline drive, kicks it all the way over the head of Tyrese Bell and out of bounds. As Derek Williams is over here.
4-4-4. 4 we help, 4 we dribble, 4 we pick it up.
Is complaining to the referees about the 5-second violation. Atlantic controls, leads 12-10, 8 seconds to go. Reynolds drives, kicks, McDonald, left-hand corner, kicks, 3 seconds to Sharpton. Sharpton drives, kicks, at the horn, 3-pointer off the line from straight on from Johnny Rivera, and it is 12-11. Sharks over the Astronaut War Eagles. We'll take 60 seconds and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of the 4A District 9 basketball tournament. So I mentioned before that I was going to get you the little bit of pregame material that I wrote on the Astronaut War Eagles. I'll do that now quickly between quarters. So they have a record of 21-3, ranked in the top 10 of the Florida Class 4A rankings by both the FHSAA and Max Preps, and 4 players either committed or offered to play at the college level. Jace Carter is the best of them. The 6'5 senior averages 25 points a game, 10 rebounds, and is committed to playing college basketball at the University of Illinois at Chicago of the Horizon League. The other top scorer, Astronaut coach Kyle Gilreath has at his disposal is senior forward Kyle Smith. Smith averages 12 points a game and is the War Eagles' top three-point shooter at 31%. Smith also a very tall 6'5" three-throw shooter, and he controls it now as the second quarter gets underway. Stands at the top, hands to Carter. Carter against Reynolds, drives the lane. Floater, back iron and in. Second bucket of the game for Jace Carter, the first two-time scorer for the War Eagles, and it's 13-12 Astronaut. Right-hand corner, here's Corey McDonald. McDonald eyes up Carter. Now Trace Sharpton drives, gets to the paint. Kicks it out to Rivera. Rivera at the free throw line, dancing against Ruiz. Left-hand kick to McDonald. Corey McDonald drives, now he hands to Reynolds. Reynolds, 7:20 to go in the second quarter. 13-12 Astronaut leads. Reynolds slows it down and walks all the way back to the Atlantic logo at center court. To the right-hand corner, here's McDonald. Back up Emmanuel Preston, nobody on him. He takes a three, it's too short, and he gets his own miss off the long rebound. Floater in the lane, no good. Tries to grab a third miss, and he's gonna get called for an over the back. So that's the first foul on Emmanuel Preston. Coach Derek Williams liking what he sees on the offensive side. Some good open looks for the Sharks here early, but they are down one, 13-12, 7 minutes flat to go in the first half. And the point of playing against the War Eagles is you gotta stay close because they will run up the score on you real quick. Left-hand corner off a long pass, here's Tyrese Bell. Back to the top for Ruiz, then around to Kyle Smith at the right-hand wing. Smith against Sharpton, and he bounces it off of Sharpton's foot and into the Sharks bench, so it'll be War Eagle basketball. Excuse me, it's gonna be, sideline out all the way by the right-hand corner. The ball comes into the post. Ruiz getting it back, driving the lane, kicking it out to the top for Jace Carter. Carter against Preston. Left-hand side, here's Kyle Smith. Smith back to Carter. Carter all the way right-hand side, then back out to Ruiz up top. Ruiz gets a screen, doesn't take the shot, hands to Carter left-hand wing. Carter takes an uncontested three, too strong off the back iron. Rebound comes to Reynolds. Reynolds ducks under Carter, leaves the zone, passes to Trace Sharpton. Sharpton goes to the lane, gets stripped to the basketball by Ruiz. Ruiz floats it into the front court. Jace Carter, he's got a head of steam. He goes to the basket. He gets fouled. The layup is not good, but he will go to the line. And it looks like it's going to be Cameron Reynolds called for the foul, but I'm not sure. We'll wait for the referee. Yeah, it's going to be Reynolds' second foul here in the first half. And a little bit of clock shuffling going on as Jace Carter heads to the line for his second trip. 5 points for Carter here early in the second as the Astronaut War Eagles lead 13-12. The first of his two penalty shots is short. He was 1 for 2 from the line his first time up, and the best he can do is do that again. Carter into his windup, it rattles around and out, so he misses them both. And Atlantic grabs the rebound. Here's a Johnny Rivera across the timeline. 6 minutes to go first half. Hands back to Trace Sharpton, guarded closely by Carter. Sharpton drives against Carter, kicks to Preston under the basket, and a foul's going to be called underneath. I don't think Preston was in the act of shooting. And they're going to get Zador for his first. And it's not going to be in the act of shooting, so it'll be a baseline inbound for the Atlantic Sharks under the basket that they attack to listeners left. Rivera the gunner. Rivera hands to Reynolds. Reynolds tries a three from the left-hand corner and knocks it down. Second three for Cameron Reynolds, and it's 15-13 Sharks on top of the War Eagles. Into the front court, here's Zador. Hands it back to Ruiz, top of the key. Short pass, flat to Bell, and then back to Zador, right-hand corner. Zador hands Ruiz. Ruiz on a drive against Emmanuel Preston. Kick out. Straight on three is too short, but the rebound is right into the hands of Corey Waddell, who lays it in. And Coach Derek Williams shakes his head for Atlantic because that's just simple box out. And the game is tied at 15, 5.5 minutes to play. Here's Corey McDonald, steps around a defender, takes a long two, banks it, no good. And it's into the hands of Zador on the rebound. Zador against Rivera into the front court, hands to Ruiz, Josh Ruiz in the right-hand corner, throws it back to the top for Kyle Smith. Smith, hands back, cycles around left-hand corner, Tyrese Bell. Back to the top for Smith, guarded by Preston. He gets a pick and pop, long two, too strong. Corey McDonald grabs the miss off the back iron. McDonald races up the floor. Right-hand corner pass is behind Cameron Reynolds. And it will be War Eagle basketball. Tied at 15. DeJounte McDaniels enters for his first action of the game. McDonald heads to the bench. Quick two-man trap coming out for the Sharks, but the press is broken on the pass to Smith, and Kyle Smith walks it into the front court. 4:45 to go in the first half. 15 all the score in a low-scoring contest. Jace Carter gets to the lane, Euro step, floater no good. He gets his own miss. The ball's on the floor and a foul is called. And they're gonna get DeJounte McDaniels for his first foul. It's gonna be a baseline in for the War Eagles. Listeners right the basket that they attack. Into the right-hand corner, here's Carter. Carter drives baseline, pulls up, but only passes it back out to Kyle Smith up top. Smith against Reynolds. Smith backing Reynolds into the paint. He puts it up, no good, foul called. And that's already the third foul on Cameron Reynolds, so I would not be surprised to see the Sharks talisman head to the bench. And they're gonna get him in the active shooting, so now to the line goes Kyle Smith, his first trip of the ball game. Smith only taken one shot, a three, and knocked it down early in the first quarter. It was the first 3 points the War Eagles scored. As Corey McDonald checks back in for Cameron Reynolds, as you gotta keep your top scorer on the floor late in the game, so Reynolds heads out. Smith rattles his second one out, and Trey Sharpton skies for the rebound. As Johnny Rivera now controls point with Reynolds on the sideline. Trey Sharpton drives, gets baseline, puts up a layup and in. Nice move by Sharpton. 4:03 to go, 17-16. The War Eagles lead the Sharks. Up on top, here's Tyrese Bell. Throws it to the left-hand corner, Jace Carter. Carter drives baseline, kicks out. It comes to Kyle Smith. Straight on three attempts, swish for Kyle Smith. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc for Kyle early in this one, and it's 19-17, the lead for the War Eagles. Johnny Rivera, 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Johnny Rivera, his heels on the half-court line. Guarded out high by Carter. He moves to his left, he throws it to DeJounte McDaniels. McDaniels. 3:20 to go. McDaniels just controls at center. Now left-hand corner here is Rivera. Throws it back to McDaniels. McDaniels drives the lane, gets stopped up by a double team underneath, and he's gonna travel. And Coach Derek Williams wants a timeout. We'll take it with him, take 30 seconds, and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of the 4A District 9 basketball playoffs. Advent Health is here for you and with you during every tip-off, every timeout, and every season to support you physically, mentally, and spiritually in this game called life. Advent Health is on your team. They're your biggest fan, and they're here to help you feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Back here at the Shark Tank, live from courtside, it's War Eagles 19, Atlantic Sharks 17. The War Eagles are of Astronaut High School. 3:09 to go in the first half of play. In a much closer first half than a lot would have anticipated. Here's Tyrese Bell out high for the War Eagles. Hands it back to Jace Carter. Kyle Smith thought about a three, won't take it. Hands to Ruiz. Ruiz, baseline drive, shovels it under the basket. It goes all the way to the left-hand corner. Three on the way, high off the glass, no good. A foul called. A rebound is put back up and in by Smith. And we will see what happens. And they're gonna get Ruiz for a push. And I think they're gonna get both Preston and Ruiz for pushes. So no basket. And it's gonna be War Eagle basketball, baseline in. They called a foul on each team. As we try to get this one sorted out, it is a double foul on Emmanuel Preston and Ruiz and Emmanuel Preston. It'll be Sharks basketball. They inbound and attack the basket to listeners left. 2:41 to go in the first half. Down 19-17. Out high, here's DeJounte McDaniels off a feed from Rivera. Now Rivera gets it back, high wing right side. Rivera back to McDaniels, and they just play a little 1-2 into the corner for McDonald, and now back to Rivera. In the 2-3 zone is the War Eagles now, and just preventing anybody from getting into the paint. 2:16 remaining. Victor Zador now steps up to guard Ajani Rivera. Into the corner, here's Rivera, shovels it underneath the basket to Sharpton, gets it to Preston. His floater in the lane, no good, but he will be fouled. And it's going to be Zador grabbing his second foul for Astronaut. The 2-3 zone flummoxing the Sharks on offense a little bit, and did good to get to the line that time. And Emmanuel Preston will get there. Preston just 2 for 5 from the line last night, and misses this first one. Zador out and Waddell in for the War Eagles as the second attempt from Preston is up and in. 21-18, the score. War Eagles over the Atlantic Sharks. So I guess they did count that last basket. Into the left-hand corner, Kyle Smith, his three off the mark. Battle for the rebound is grabbed by Corey McDonald. McDonald into the front court. His pass to Rivera is over the head, but tipped out of bounds by Tyrese Bell. The pass was intended for Ajani Rivera. And McDaniels will be the gunner halfway up the court sideline, in on the opposite side to listeners left, and the ball goes right into the hands of Tyrese Bell, who runs the floor, lays it up and in. Just stole the inbounds pass right from under the hands of Ajani Rivera. That's 23-18. Floated to the front court, McDonald. All the way across, the pass is tipped and stolen by Jace Carter. Into the front court, here's Tyrese Bell. Bounce pass under the basket, and it goes back out to Ruiz. Ruiz to Kyle Smith. Smith, wide, high right wing. He drives the lane, the floater hangs on the rim, no good, out of bounds ball to the War Eagles on the baseline. 1:12 to go, and the War Eagles flexing their muscles a bit here. High out, Jace Carter, quick three, off the front of the rim, no good. Kyle Smith rebounds with his 6'5" frame, puts it back up and in with the right hand. Kyle Smith up to 11 first half points. Under a minute to go now. Rivera, two-man trap in the backcourt. Trace Sharpton gets it across the timeline and gets it stolen by Carter. Look out, Jace Carter, here comes the show. Two-hand jam for the University of Illinois Chicago commit. Big steal and a big jam for Carter. 27-18, the lead is ballooned to 9. Trace Sharpton now controls for Atlantic. Thought about a three. McDaniels takes it left-hand wing, too short. Preston skies for the rebound. His putback is no good. It's up and in, and one. It hung on the rim, and I thought it was going to fall out, but Preston puts it in, and they're going to get Waddell, and they're going to get Waddell for the foul. So Preston up to 5 points, and an and one coming. But oh man, Jace Carter, just very impressive to watch up close. As the and one is good. 27-21, 26 seconds to go. Astronaut over Atlantic. Kyle Smith, high right wing. Hands back to Jace Carter. Carter directing traffic, guarded by Preston. His heels on the half-court line, close to the scorer's table. Carter backs up Emmanuel Preston, throws it under the basket. It's corralled underneath by Ruiz and then given back to Carter. Carter drives, kick out, left-hand corner. A whistle goes before the shot. And they're going to get a foul underneath. The three was actually good by Ruiz, but Jace Carter is going to be called for the charge, and then he'll go to the bench. 2.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. McDaniels heaves up a half-court shot, It's no good, and we head to the halftime interval. Your score, 27-21, War Eagles over Sharks. The last couple of minutes, the Astronaut War Eagles kind of pulled away a little bit. We'll take a couple of minutes to tally the scores and be right back on the 4A District 9 basketball playoffs on MJT Sports Productions. Stay with us. Live from courtside here at the Shark Tank on the campus of Atlantic High School. It is the semifinals of the FHSAA Class 4A District 9 basketball tournament semifinals. It's the first matchup of the night, the hometown Atlantic Sharks and the Astronaut War Eagles. And the War Eagles bring the #1 seed into the contest, and they have got a 27-21 lead at the break. Here are your scoring numbers. First for the Sharks, leading the way with 10 points is Cameron Reynolds, 6 points for Emmanuel Preston, 3 for Johnny Rivera, and 2 for Trey Sharpton. And for Astronaut, 11 for Kyle Smith, 7 for Jace Carter, 5 for Tyrese Bell, 2 for Ja'Cory Waddell, and 2 for Victor Zador. The big storyline, however, at the break is top scorer for the Sharks, Cameron Reynolds, has 3 fouls, just 2 more, and he's out of there. We'll take 3 minutes and be right back on the other side of the break. It's the second half between the War Eagles and the Sharks right here from Atlantic High School in Port Orange. Second half on tap right here from Atlantic High School in Port Orange, Florida. It's the semifinals of the 4A District 9 Boys Basketball Championship. And it'll come up in just about a half a minute as the teams take to the floor. Sharks fans, baseball and softball season is coming soon, and you can catch the action from the Diamond on MJT Sports Productions, the official play-by-play home of your Atlantic Sharks. Be sure to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, all at MJT Sports Productions, so you never miss a moment of the action. Let's go Sharks. Once again, your score at the half, it's the War Eagles 27, the Atlantic Sharks 21, and it was very close up until the last couple of minutes. They got the Sharks turned the ball over twice, one of them a big slam at the other end by Jace Carter, the other an easy layup by Victor Zador. And the War Eagles will start the second half with the basketball. They go right to left. They go right to left. wearing the home white strip as they are the higher seed. War Eagles in burgundy. Across the front, a wing shape in burgundy on the pants, gold numbers, burgundy trim, Sharks in their road black. We're underway. Kyle Smith up top, guarded by Cameron Reynolds. Remember, he's got 3 fouls. Underneath the basket it goes. The layup is up and in by Tyrese Bell. Just a little quick up and under by Bell, and he got the basket to fall underneath the basket. Driving offensive foul is going to be called on Cameron Reynolds, and that's unfortunately his 4th foul.
Foul number 35, Cameron Reynolds. That's his 4th.
And Reynolds will exit the ball game. He replaced by Giovanni Spada. And Reynolds exits the ball game. 4 fouls, unfortunately, for the Sharks. He's their top scorer. He had 10 points in the first half. So now they're going to have to find something from somewhere else. So Johnny Rivera or Corey McDonald's going to have to heat up here. War Eagles with the basketball in the 29-21 lead. Here's Jace Carter, the UIC Chicago commit. Hands it right side, Tyrese Bell. Bell guarded by Rivera. Up top to Kyle Smith. High post, low post. Here's Carter, and he just walks past Preston and lays it in. Up to a 10-point lead. 31-21. The Sharks got to start putting something together on the offensive end and not let this one get away from him. 7 minutes to go. Just a minute gone by in the 3rd quarter. A.J. Rivera kicks out high, Trace Sharpton. Sharpton with a head of steam, shovels it under the basket, and it's tipped away into the hands of Zador. Long pass ahead, finds Zador off the return feed. He throws a layup off the underside of the rim, but the foul is going to be called underneath. And it's going to be the first foul on Ajani Rivera.
A.J. Rivera, his 1st of the game. 2nd team foul.
So at the line is
Zador at the line, shooting
Victor Zador. First trip to the line tonight for Zador, misses the first one. Once again, it's a 10-point lead for the War Eagles. Second one rattles home. And the Sharks now down 11. Here's Ajani Rivera. 32-21, the War Eagles lead. Ajani Rivera tangles with Zador. Gets into the right-hand corner for Gio Spada. Spada throws a risky pass that's intercepted at the top. It was intended for McDonald. Into the lane. Here's Tyrese Bell, and he puts it up and in. 4 points for Bell in the opening 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here's Ajani Rivera. Sharks still not off the mark in the 2nd half. Trace Sharpton gets underneath the basket and he travels. Nine straight points to open the game for the War Eagles, and they've opened up the lead 34-21. Jace Carter, right-hand corner, Tyrese Bell, guarded by Rivera. Bell tried to slip it underneath the Carter, and the pass is intercepted by McDonald. McDonald stands at the half-court line and gets fouled as he tried to shovel it off to Spada. They're going to get Tyrese Bell for his first. And again, if you're just tuning in, the Sharks' top scorer, Cameron Reynolds, who had 10 points in the first half, is on the bench with 4 fouls with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Corey McDonald, back to Rivera. Baseline drive from the right-hand corner. Kicks it out Sharpton. Sharpton left-hand corner. A 3 on the way from Gio Spada, and it's good! How about Giovanni Spada? Doesn't see the floor much, the senior, but he nails the 3 that time. Only 12% from 3 this season, and he nailed it. Down to a 10-point lead, 34-24. Back out high, here's Kyle Smith. Smith tries to get around Sharpton and draws contact from Trace, and it'll be an off-ball foul. So that's first by Sharpton. Carter to inbound for the War Eagles. Gets it up top and then hands it back from Ruiz. Carter drives, slips and falls, and the ball gets into the hands of Spada. Spada hands to Rivera, crosses the timeline. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Rivera out to the left-hand corner. Spada tries another 3 too strong, and the rebound is from Kyle Smith, and then Sharpton poked it away from him out of bounds, so it'll be a baseline in for the War Eagles. 10-point lead for Astronaut, 34-24. Tyrese Bell pressured in the backcourt by Rivera. He gets past him, shovels it right-hand corner to Zador. Zador, back up Kyle Smith at the free throw line, left-hand corner Ruiz, baseline drive for Ruiz, puts it up, no good, offensive foul as Emmanuel Preston crashes to the ground, where are we? And the ball will go to Atlantic. That's the third on Ruiz. That's the first Astronaut player with 3 fouls, and he'll head to the bench. Ja'Cory Waddell replaces him. Waddell, 2 points in the opening half. Still a 10-point lead for Astronaut. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Rivera working on Zador. Hands it right-hand side, into the corner for Spada. Spada into the low post for Sharpton. His layup is good. And so that wasn't really a layup, it was more of a baseline jumper, but he kissed it off the glass and in. And Sharpton up to 4 points. Jace Carter into the front court, getting it back from Zador. Carter just nails a 3 from the way outside on the left-hand side. His first 3 of the ball game. Caught me off guard. I didn't think he was going to take it from there. Nice bounce pass under the basket for Emmanuel Preston. Preston steps on the baseline, and it will be War Eagle basketball. Oh no, it's going to be a foul on Waddell that pushed him into the baseline, so that's the second foul on Waddell. Baseline in for the Sharks under the basket that they attack to listeners' right. Down 37-26. Into the ball game comes Cody Garcia. He started the 6'1 forward as he replaces Waddell, who was on the floor for all of about 30 seconds. Rivera to inbound to Sharpton, baseline jumper, too short, gets his own miss, battles to put it back up, he gets it to fall and one. Trey Sharpton with 4 straight points for the Sharks. And the lead is down to 9. And not sure who that foul was on, I will double check. And it's gonna be on Garcia, his second. And timeout, Astronaut before the and one can be attempted. If you are enjoying tonight's broadcast, be sure to hit the like button on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and share the broadcast with other Sharks fans by clicking share or retweet. Thank you for supporting MJT Sports Productions and Atlantic Basketball. 3 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the third quarter. The gap is 9. The gap at the break was 6. So the Sharks just trying to stay in touching distance of the War Eagles here. 37-28, Astronaut leads it. And Jace Carter, the big force early in the second half for the War Eagles. He got 5 points in this third quarter. And now the timeout is over. Trey Sharpton goes to the line to try and add an and one to his impressive putback bucket that he got before the break. Sharpton puts it off the front of the rim and good. So 37-29 now. War Eagles lead, and Trey Sharpton picks off a pass. He drives the lane, behind the back pass, outside McDonald. His three-pointer from the right wing is no good. Emmanuel Preston can't sky for the rebound. I mean, if you're Trey Sharpton there, why not just try and drive at Carter? Now Carter the other way, underneath the basket, shoveled. Into the left-hand corner it goes for Bell, and Bell walks it back to the top. Bell to Carter, then back to Bell. And now Carter in front of his own bench. Left-hand drive baseline. Kicks out right-hand side. Zador against Rivera. Gets to the paint. Off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. Put back by Carter. Hangs on the rim. No good. It bounces around and eventually is picked up by the Sharks. Here's Johnny Rivera into the front court. The War Eagles race back to set up their half-court defense. Spada back to Rivera in front of the scorer's table. And now Trey Sharpton sets up. Thinks about a 3 from straight on. Drives, kicks under the basket to Preston. Back out McDonald. McDonald drives. His 15-footer off the glass, no good. And a rebound goes to the War Eagles, and knocked over by Emmanuel Preston is, I think, Ja'Cory Waddell. Not sure. It was through a bunch of bodies. Oh no, Jace Carter was the one that was knocked over, and Emmanuel Preston will pick up his third foul. And Carter will head to the bench. He will be replaced by Ruiz, and also Kyle Smith checks back in. Astronaut against the two-man Atlantic press. Racing past it into the front court is Bell. Kyle Smith baseline off a long feed under the basket. Will get the foul, and he'll go to the line. Preston stepped in to take a charge, and now that's the fourth on Preston, so the two highest scorers for the Sharks now both have 4 fouls, Emmanuel Preston and Cameron Reynolds. So to the line for 2 comes Kyle Smith. His second trip to the line, 1 for 2 his first time. And he hits the first of his 2 penalty shots, and Emmanuel Preston will be replaced by the sophomore Draken Brown. The present of the Atlantic big men handing off to the future of Atlantic big men. Kyle Smith hits them both. He's now 3 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. Back to a 10-point lead for Astronaut, 39-29, 2:25 to go third quarter. AJ Rivera drives the lane, gets it blocked by Carter. Excuse me, that was Tyrese Bell. And Bell comes away with it, hands it to Smith, top of the key. Back to Bell, left-hand corner Ruiz. Ruiz back to the top for Jace Carter. And now right-hand side, Garcia. Jace Carter between the circles, guarded closely by Rivera. Carter moves to his left, switches to his right hand, fires it right-hand corner. It comes to Garcia. Bounce pass underneath the basket to Smith. Smith in the double team, puts it up, offline. The rebound is hanging in the air, and it's going to be a foul. And I'm going to get it on Ruiz, and that's his 4th. And Victoria Zydor is going to come back in for the War Eagles. Atlantic ball down by 10, 1:50 to go in the third quarter. The push has to start now for the Sharks if they want to get back into this. Here's Trey Sharpton. He's been the big player in this third quarter. His 20-footers off the glass. He traces after the rebound and gets it himself. McDonald out high right side. Back up to the top. Centering is Rivera. Rivera into the left-hand corner. Spada chucks up a 3, too short. And the rebound grabbed by Kyle Smith, the big 6'5" forward for the War Eagles. Jace Carter walks into the front court, picks up a head of steam, gets to the lane, puts it up and in. Jace Carter just on a little bit of a different level than everybody else on the floor tonight. Here's Rivera, 41-29 the score for Astronaut. Trey Sharpton, top of the key, guarded by Smith. Sharpton puts it in his left hand, drives the lane, kick out Spada. Spada left-hand corner, then walks it back to the top, plays it flat across to McDonald. McDonald left-hand drive, and he'll get a draw a foul against Tyrese Bell, and that's Bell's second.
Foul number 3, Tyrese Bell, that's his second.
And it wasn't, I mean, those are the types of fouls that both teams have committed in spades tonight, and not really the type of fouls you want to be committing. It's not in the act of shooting, it's off the ball. It's just a reach-in, lazy reach-in foul. Cameron Reynolds, who has 4 fouls, checks back into the ball game. The Sharks' top scorer to try and give Atlantic some life here. Under a minute to go, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Sharks down, 41-29. Reynolds over a screen, takes a 3 from straight on. It's in and out, and the War Eagles grab the rebound with Zador. Jace Carter pushes the pace into the front court. His long strides take him all the way to the basket, and he's going to draw the foul. And it might be on Reynolds, and that might be it. Reynolds is down, holding the back of his head underneath the basket. The athletic trainer runs over to him. He took a hard shot from Jace Carter trying to draw the charge, and they called it on on Reynolds. And the Sharks' top scorer this season will likely be out of the game. And as Cameron Reynolds is still down, the athletic trainers will tend to him. We'll step aside very quickly and be right back. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's 41-29 Astronaut. And this is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of Atlantic basketball in the 4A District 9 basketball playoffs. Just a quick update here from the Shark Tank. Cameron Reynolds is still down on the floor under the basket to listeners left. He will foul out of the game after picking up a blocking foul on Jace Carter as Carter tried to drive the lane, knocked him to the ground. It appears that his head hit the wood pretty hard on the way down. He is being looked at by the athletic trainer. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. 41-29. Astronaut leads Atlantic. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of the 4A District 9 basketball playoffs. Cameron Reynolds walks off the floor under his own power gingerly, we'll go back to the locker room after taking a hard contact from Jace Carter. And Carter will now shoot 2 shots, 30 seconds to go in the first half. 41-29, the Astronaut War Eagles lead the Atlantic Sharks, and now, of course, all precaution goes to Cameron Reynolds, and we hope he is okay. First of a 2-shot penalties up and good for Carter. As he took a very big hit. Carter makes them both 43-29, 30 seconds to play in the third quarter for the Sharks. Into the ball game came Draken Brown, for the fouled out Cameron Reynolds. Right-hand side, McDonald drives the lane, off the glass, no good. Kyle Smith grabs the rebound. Smith using his long legs, and he coughs up the basketball. Just straight up out of his hands and into the crowd right on the half-court line. So the Sharks will have the chance to hold for the final shot of the third quarter with 8 seconds left. Ajani Rivera with 3 seconds left. Corey McDonald with 1 second left from the moon, and it's no good. Had to shoot that one from the scorer's table, and it's no good. Your score at the end of 3 quarters, 43-29, War Eagles over the Atlantic Sharks. Play hard, eat clean, love big, and start living your best life, because we're here to help heal what hurts, ease your mind, and lift your spirit with the latest medical innovation in whole person care. It's time to take control of your health. It's time to feel whole. Advent Health is a proud supporter of Volusia County School Athletics. Visit adventhealth.com to learn more. Fourth quarter on tap from the Shark Tank, 43-29, a comfortable lead for the Astronaut War Eagles here in the 4A District 9 boys basketball semifinals. Of course, all of our thoughts are with Cameron Reynolds, who took a hard hit and is back in the locker room. Left-hand side, here's Giovanni Spada. Spada hands to Sharpton. Sharpton into a double team at the free throw line. Back to Spada, high left wing. McDonald drives the lane, gets to the paint, throws up a layup, no good. Drake and Brown battling for the rebound, but it's into the hands of Kyle Smith. Smith throws it ahead to Carter, ahead of the scorer's table. Carter throws it down, and into the left-hand corner it comes for Cody Garcia. Garcia back to the top for Tyrese Bell, and the pace will be slowed down by the War Eagles. Here's Ja'Cory Waddell in the low post for Carter, and it's knocked away by Rivera, and it'll be War Eagle basketball. And if you're wondering why Emmanuel Preston is not in the game and Drake and Brown is, that's because Emmanuel Preston has 4 fouls. I'm assuming we'll see him sometime in the next 7 minutes and 20 seconds. War Eagles baseline inbound to the basket, the listeners left. Zador back to the top for Ruiz, who also has 4 fouls. Floated to the post for Carter. Carter working on Spada. Guts to the paint on the baseline. His layup is no good. Rebounded by Drake and Brown. Brown trying to get away from a double team, and he does. Thrown into the front court for McDonald. McDonald to Rivera, and then Rivera gets it back from the left-hand corner. He'll walk to the top with it. Guarded by Zador. Into the left-hand drive. Hands it to Trey Sharpton. Three-pointer on the way. Left-hand wing. Too strong. Comes right back to Giovanni Spada on the Sharks reset. Here's Trey Sharpton in the left-hand corner, guarded by Jace Carter. Sharpton throws the ball away as he tried to spin past Carter, and Jace will grab it for the War Eagles. Into the front court. Throws it to the left-hand corner after a drive. Back out Kyle Smith, wide open for 3. No good off the front of iron, and a foul is going to be underneath. And they're going to call a foul on Zador. And now into the bonus goes the Sharks, so they'll shoot a 1-on-1. That's that foul on Zador was his 3rd, if I missed that. So Corey McDonald, who unfortunately has not gotten on the score sheet tonight, as Josh Burke checks in for Atlantic. He replaces Drake and Brown. McDonald not on the score sheet yet tonight here. 6:23 to go, 4th quarter. Sharks again not on the board in the 4th quarter yet. Up and good. First front end of the 1-on-1 is made by McDonald, his first point of the game. McDonald's best moment of the season was when he had a 3-pointer at the buzzer to beat Crescent City back at the New Smyrna Beach Holiday Tournament over the winter break. 3-man press comes from the Sharks. Jace Carter drives past Burke into the front court, past the scorer's table. Left-hand drive into the paint, loses the basketball. It's on the ground, and a foul's going to be called as McDonald went to the ground, and they're going to call it on Carter, his 3rd. 43-31, the War Eagles lead the Sharks, 6:13 to go. Coming up next, right here on MJT Sports Productions, it is the Cocoa Tigers and the Satellite Scorpions in the second of our semifinals. And the Sharks, again, because they're in the bonus, will get a 1-on-1 for Corey McDonald. Second trip to the line in quick succession. McDonald into his windup, and it goes off the front of the iron, no good. Josh Burke fighting for the rebound, but it eventually comes into the hands of Tyrese Bell. Bell, left-hand drive, past Spada, gets into the front court and slows it down. Plays it flat right-hand wing to Cody Garcia. Ball cycles to the left hand for Kyle Smith, and then back up for Ruiz. Ruiz at the free throw line, backs into the paint, then kicks it out right-hand side for Carter. Carter drives the lane, pop from 10 feet, no good. An offensive rebound is grabbed by Garcia, and he's going to be hounded and fouled underneath the basket. And they're going to get Trey Sharpton for the foul, his second. So it very much looks at this point like the War Eagles will head to the final. That'll be Friday night, and you can listen to that live on MJT Sports Production. And also will secure a trip to the state playoffs. And now the War Eagles are in the bonus, 44-31, as the first one goes in from Garcia. Push with the right hand up and in for Garcia from the charity stripe, 45-31. 14-point lead for the War Eagles. As Johnny Rivera off to Trey Sharpton, and Sharpton travels. as he was trying to get set up for a three-point shot at the top of the key. Ball comes in to Tyrese Bell. He's guarded one-on-one in the backcourt by Ajani Rivera. He'll get past Rivera. He takes a head of steam, gets to the paint, and one. Impressive from Tyrese Bell as he just wound it up from three-quarters court, sprinted into the front court, and draws the foul on Corey McDonald, his first. And now at the line is Tyrese Bell. And his and one is no good. But he is up to 11 points, and a foul underneath on the rebound is going to go against Kyle Smith. Oh no, it's just going to be an out of bounds as Kyle Smith stepped on the baseline. Into the front court, a pass for Rivera. Rivera pitches it right-hand corner. McDonald then gets it back. Up to the top, Trey Sharpton. Sharpton backs into the paint. Kicks it left-hand side, Spada. Tries a three. Off the back iron, no good. It'll go over the backboard. So it will be at an out-of-bounds play to the War Eagles. 4 players on this Astronaut team have offers or have committed to play college ball. We already know about Jace Carter, the University of Illinois at Chicago commit. As into the front court comes Ruiz. Ruiz working high right-hand side. Kyle Smith launches a three from the left-hand wing, and so-ish for Kyle Smith, his third three-pointer of the night. 50-31. Trey Sharpton around Smith. Bounce pass right-hand corner, McDonald. Step back three for Corey. Back iron, no good. Long rebound comes to Rivera at the right-hand wing in front of his own bench. 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. And a 21-point lead for the War Eagles. Sharpton, bounce pass right-hand corner, McDonald. Sharpton gets it back. Long two right-hand wing won't go. And Jace Carter skies for the rebound. Throws it all the way ahead to Tyrese Bell. Bell into the front court. And he doesn't connect on the rebound, and Ajani Rivera takes the board for the Sharks. Gio Spada drives baseline, stops midway through, tries to send it back to Rivera, who eventually gets there off the deflected pass. McDonald against his opposite number, Bell. Baseline drive, kick out to the top, cycles around left-hand wing for Spada. Spada stands with it and throws it behind McDonald and out of play. And it'll be War Eagle basketball. 29-point lead, or excuse me, 19-point lead for the War Eagles, 50-31, 3:51 to go in the ball game as Rashad Small, the junior point guard, checks in for the Sharks, his first action of the ball game. Zador also comes back in for Astronaut, and he flips it to Bell. The 6'2 guard. Here's Ruiz, top of the key, drives, floater in the lane, partially blocked. Kyle Smith with the skying putback. Kyle Smith offers from Division III schools, LaGrange College, Penn State Fayette, and Dean College. So he'll be playing basketball at the next level. And he's been big for the War Eagles tonight. 7 points in the second half for Kyle Smith. Rashad Small tipped away, but into the hands of Rivera at the left-hand corner. Rivera walks back to the top, finds Sharpton. Sharpton against Carter. He has had the unenviable task of guarding Jace Carter tonight and being matched up with him on the offensive end of the floor as well. Spall, right-hand corner. Sharpton open for three, doesn't take it. He chooses to drive baseline, skip up and under. Up, oh! And a windmill layup is good from Trace Sharpton. Trace Sharpton will be back for his senior season next year. Left-hand corner ball cycled back around to Carter. All the way in left-hand corner, Ruiz. Ruiz behind the back dribble. High right-hand side, hands it back to the top for Tyrese Bell. Joshua Ruiz, another one. Ridgewater College, Penn State Berks, and Illinois Valley Community College. The three offers for Joshua Ruiz. Driving into the lane is Zador. Zador through contact and one. Oh no, that's not a foul. It was a timeout called after the basket, but Zador got a tough hook shot in the lane to go from just shy of the free throw line. 54-33 timeout call. We'll take a break and be right back. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of the 4A District 9 basketball playoffs. If you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, be sure to hit the like button on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and share the broadcast with other Sharks fans by clicking share or retweet. Thank you for supporting MJT Sports Productions and Atlantic Basketball. 2.5 minutes to play in the game and likely the season for the Atlantic Sharks. They're down 54-33 to the Astronaut War Eagles. And the Sharks will, after a big win last night against Titusville, will come up short here at the semifinal stage. Giovanni Spada controls for Atlantic. He's one of the seniors playing his final game of the Shark Tank. The ball works to the left-hand corner. 3 on the way from Rivera. Swish from Ajani Rivera. That's his 6th point of the game. Had the opening basket of the ball game for Atlantic in the first quarter. It was also a 3. And now very late on, he tries a 3 and knocks it down. Joshua Ruiz controls for the War Eagles. Kyle Smith has it high. Bounce pass into the low post for Carter. Spins, puts it up off the glass and in, and he's gonna go to the line as well. And they're gonna get what looks like Rashad Small. And that's Rashad's first foul. Jace Carter back to the line. 14 points. And the and one is good. 56-31. Excuse me, up to 19 points now for Jace Carter as my addition fails me. DeJounte McDaniels checks back in. He is another senior playing his final game of the Shark Tank tonight. A minute 35 to go, 57-36. War Eagles on top of the Atlantic Sharks. Spada to Rivera and back around to McDaniels. DeJounte to Giovanni Spada and gets it back at the left-hand wing. Spada into the low post for Josh Burke. It comes back to Rivera for 3, right-hand corner, no good. Long rebound, finds the hands of Tyrese Bell. Bell being pressured by McDaniels, and McDaniels is gonna get a goal for a reach-in foul. And that'll be his 2nd. Once again, coming up next on MJT Sports Productions, it's the 2nd semifinal. It's the number 2 Satellite Scorpions and the number 3 Cocoa Tigers right here from the Shark Tank. It'll be about 20 minutes after this game concludes. We'll be live about 15 minutes after this game concludes for the 2nd game of our doubleheader, as both the Tigers and Scorpions are sitting in the seats here awaiting their contest. At the line, and making the first one is Tyrese Bell. As remember, the War Eagles are in the bonus. And some of the younger players for the Astronaut War Eagles check in. Tyler Mullins is in for Astronaut, as both free throws are hit by Ruiz, as Ruiz checks out for Evan Patrick. Patrick, a junior, Mullins, a junior, both of them seeing the floor for the first time tonight. A minute left to go. Giovanni Spada controls in front of his own bench, hands to DeJounte McDaniels out high. McDaniels on a drive, back to Spada. Jab step by Spada. Here's Trey Sharpton now at the free throw line, spinning and kicking to Rivera. 3-pointer on the way, and good from Ajani Rivera. And part of me wonders why Rivera wasn't taking those threes throughout the ball game. 20-point lead, and a pass behind Anthony Sanders, who's another one who's just checked in for the War Eagles, from Cody Garcia, and another turnover for the Sharks. 44 seconds left to go. A.J. Rivera will let the ball roll before picking it up and starting the clock with 43 seconds left. Rivera into the front court. Spada now to Sharpton, top of the key. Kicks it under the basket. It is, or no, he tried to throw a layup up there, and it's no good. They're going to get it on Sanders, his first. And Trey Sharpton will head to the free throw line. Only his 2nd trip to the line for Sharpton, who has been big in the second half, but mostly in the 3rd quarter. He had 7 points in that frame. And a first of 2 is no good. 36 seconds to go, a 20-point lead for the War Eagles. They'll head to the championship game. Up and in on the second from Sharpton, so 59-40. Sharks go full court press. Garcia trying to break out of it, double team to the scorer's table, gives up the basketball, gets it back, double team, throws it ahead to Sanders. Sanders bumped by Shrupton, no foul, and into the front court for Mullins, and then Mullins loses the basketball out of bounds. Sharks ball, 23 seconds to go.
Hey, come on, Gio. Yeah, we're in it.
Coach Derek Williams coaching his team until the last. Still animated on the sideline, still wanting the best of his team, even with 20 seconds to go down big. Gio Spada pulls up no from the right-hand wing, but a outlet pass is just thrown right to Trey Sharpton, top of the key. Sharpton takes a three. Back iron no good. Long rebound comes to the War Eagles. 6 seconds to go. There will be no fouls, and that will do it for the Sharks tournament and season. Your final score, 59-40. The Astronaut War Eagles and the Atlantic Sharks 40. The War Eagles move on to the finals. That will be Friday night. You can listen live right on here on MJT Sports Productions. We'll step aside for a few minutes to work out the final stats and figures and then be right back to wrap it up. This is MJT Sports Productions broadcast of the 4A District 9 Boys Basketball Tournament. Live from courtside here from Atlantic High School in Port Orange, Florida. The first game of our semifinal doubleheader has just wrapped up. The Astronaut War Eagles advance to the finals over the Atlantic Sharks, 59-40. Here are your final totals. First for Atlantic, Trey Sharpton had 10, Cameron Reynolds had 10, Ajani Rivera had 9, Emmanuel Preston had 6, Giovanni Spada had 3, and Corey McDonald had 2. And for the Astronaut War Eagles, Chase Carter led the way with 19, Kyle Smith had 18, Tyrese Bell had 13, Victor Zador had 5, and Cody Garcia had 2. Once again, we'll be back on air in just about 15 minutes for the second game of our doubleheader between the Satellite Scorpions and the Cocoa Tigers. For myself, Michael Cirillo, we're saying so long, and we hope you join us back here in a few minutes.